morning and welcome back to Rant and Tea. It is the 5th anniversary and we have made it back. I would like to point out it's been 5 years. I'm well impressed. We finally got a studio and more importantly, we finally have our first guest on, the pirate himself, Mr. Petey Pops,
Hello.
who has been a friend of the channel and been on the channel multiple times. Your most famous points being when you made me dress in a very awkward thing at Reading, which I barely wore.
Yes, you lost that.
I did lose that, and
Badly.
I'm quite happy I lost that, honestly.
You had it on for
You came to Thorpe Park?
2-3 hours.
Thorpe Park was fun.
We got front night.
Yeah,
I got chased around by a clown. Yeah,
yeah, you got chased around by a clown.
I hate clowns. I hate dolls. I hate.
Don't tell people that because now they're going to come up to you with them. Yeah. But more importantly, he is the Pirate King himself. Well, actually, no, he's not the Pirate King, but he's Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, that's Elizabeth Swan.
It is Elizabeth Swan. I corrected myself. Don't you worry. He is my pirate. He is my Captain Jack Sparrow to my Beetlejuice. The Jack to my Juice. Yeah. Yes, that sounds weird, and I'm running with it. But here we are. We are here to do Rant and Tea. This is the second time. Because James forgot to record things. So we're doing it again just for you. But yes, you should be sorry. James. So we're going to go over some pet peeves. We have already gone over these, but we're going to try and go over them in
We can stop a lot of the ums and ahs.
We can stop a lot of the ums and ahs, yeah.
And the what are you talking about?
But yeah, but Pete, your first one.
So yes, deja vu. So first thing, obviously, you quite well know that I've booked holiday over download this year.
Yes.
I've never been to download in my life, and this year is the year
that you would really want to go. All your favourite bands.
3 bands. They are 3 of my favourite bands in the world: Green Day, McFly, and Elliot Minor, who have just reformed. Yes, I am all going to go see them this year. Apart from Green Day, they're not here, but the others I am seeing this year. But even the smaller bands are there, like Jimmy Eat World are there.
Yeah,
love
Jimmy Eat World. Yeah.
Darkness, love Darkness.
I wouldn't say Darkness is a small band though.
They're
a sub-headliner.
They've gone away for a while. They're a small band now. And there's other little bands there that are.
There are quite a few.
Sex Pistols are there. I know
yeah,
it's not
fronted with Frank Carter. Very excited for that and
random.
very intrigued because But saying that, if you want to see the Sex Pistols, you can. There's 3 options for you to do: download, which you obviously can't. They're going to Margate.
Yeah, but I've gone to Margate.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Margate. And they're also on front of Guns N' Roses this year.
We'll get to that, Margate.
Yeah, we will.
We know that because we've done this before, James.
There's going to be a running theme here. But what is your first actual pet peeve?
So, people don't come into Kent.
No, they
so
don't.
We obviously live in Kent. I don't know if your viewers know that we live in Kent.
They know the whereabouts, kind of.
Yeah, that we've got to always go into London for mostly bands. Yeah, like I understand there isn't like Kent couldn't hold Green Day or
they couldn't.
Any of them kind of bands.
I don't know though. They could probably try. Rochester Castle could.
No, they couldn't.
Yeah, I reckon they could.
The last concert we went to, Green Day, was 80,000 people.
That's a fair point.
90,000 people.
Yeah, Wembley's 90. Well, it wasn't the back half.
Yeah,
but
but it was the pitch.
That's fair point.
That takes up that side. But. Like, there's only 3-4 good theatres in Kent, and the Marlow, the Orchard, which are currently shut. You've got the Bromley one, if you call that Kent, the Churchill Theatre, and no, actually, maybe
that's
3.
about it.
Maybe 3. You've got other little ones like the Hazlitt in Maidstone, and
the Brook,
the Woodvilles.
The Wood, yeah,
it's just tiny. But yeah, They don't come into Kent. Even like the smaller bands, like someone like this, Alston, they could come in and play.
They could quite easily do
play
any of those,
something like that.
But no one comes out this way. Like we said, Margate, Rochester, again venues, but no one interesting. No. Well, to us, interesting.
As we said the first time round, James, Margate they always have
decent. Yeah,
people. They've only just started doing it. It's like
last couple of years.
Yeah, it's like the BST of Kent, really. It's the British Summertime of Kent. With Down in Dreamland, which last year they had Busted. They had Busted there last year.
Yes, it was Busted.
They had Busted. They had Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit, yeah.
And this year they've got McFly.
They've got McFly.
Who I'm going to go see.
They've got Sex Pistols.
They've got Sex Pistols. I don't know who the rest are. I have gone through it, but
I think was it Plymouth Faith or something like that.
Ooh,
I know.
no,
Sorry, driver.
not that. No, not that. But yeah,
But
no,
yeah, that
because the other thing is that we go into Kent, we go and see these. We're going to Kent, we're going to London, we go see these wherever in London it is, and then
which we'll get to.
yes, we come. Obviously, the concert will finish at 10:30 ish, 11, and then we come home. It's an
struggle
hour
to get home.
It's an hour to come home on the trains because we don't drive, and no one's going to drive into London.
No,
you're mad if you drive into London.
No sane person drives into London.
And then by the time we get home, it's gone midnight.
It's about 1 o'clock normally.
I live at least 45 minutes away from the station. You live miles away from the station.
Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere.
So we've got to get a shared Uber home.
Yeah.
Which no one wants to come and pick us up because they don't want to go to your house at that
time. No,
time.
they do not. I mean, it's not too bad that we've got the option of Uber, but they're really expensive.
Yeah. No, especially at that time. And as I say...
Sometimes it's even a Sunday night and no one's out at that time of the night.
Yeah. So the best option we have in London is the West Ham ground.
Because of Stratford.
Which we've seen Hella Mega and we've seen the Foos there.
Yeah.
The Foos there, which is a 12-minute journey into Gravesend.
Yeah.
But still, once again, we've got to go back to Gravesend. But at least then it's earlier.
But that's not as bad because if it finishes at 10:30, it takes you, 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on how busy it is getting back to the station. You get back for 11:30, 12? Just before. If you're coming back from anywhere else, you're going to be back at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But my biggest pet peeve is a little bit more personal because of how short I am, and that is tall people.
Teeny.
Tall people, get to the back. Quite simply, just get to the back.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, though you're a lot shorter than me, and I hence a lot.
I'm not that much short. I'm 3 inches shorter.
So obviously when we go, I will allow you to stand in front of me.
Like my dad.
And I put my arms on your shoulders and just like, yeah, you stay there, good boy. And
no.
But yeah, no, I do get the whole people in front of you. Like, if you're above 6 foot, please move to the side or move to somewhere where people are not behind you.
Or we'll break your legs.
No, we won't.
I will break your legs.
Yeah. Like, one of the first concerts I went to, which was Foos in Hyde Park, I had someone literally who was well over 6 foot right at the front, and the amount of abuse he got thrown. And he did finally move. He did eventually move. Just throw abuse at him, kids.
That is not a life lesson.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. But I understand we've all paid the same amount of money. And they've obviously got there earlier than us. I get that. That's their right and privilege to be there. But God, is it annoying?
Which leads on to your next one, really.
Yeah. Well, it's both our one, which was at the
on both our lists, which was at Foo Fighters last year.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're gonna sit on someone's shoulders, do it for 10 minutes.
Do it for a couple songs.
Not the whole
through the
thing.
Concert. Not through every single friggin' song. But yeah, no, it was.
I want to see the stage.
Like, good. Fair play to the boyfriend or brother or whoever it was, putting this young girl on top of his shoulders for the whole concert.
Because your shoulders are wham.
Yeah. He obviously doesn't miss a gym day.
No.
But it was like, it wasn't even like sporadic for it. Like, oh yeah.
It was constant.
Yeah. Oh, get up for 10 seconds, get up for 20 seconds, do a bit of screaming.
And the worst bit is even the slower bits.
Yeah.
Slower bits, he's just standing there, somewhat sweating. I'm like, just get down.
Yeah. There's many a video of me, because I like to film the first little bit of like the song.
I like to film the big songs.
And I'd film it, and the amount of time I'm getting ready to film, and you can hear me at the start of this video going, don't get on his shoulders, she's on her shoulders.
Yeah. A lot of the time, I think I've got a video of me recording something and they go in front, I kind of stay quiet, and then all I hear in the background of this video is, and she's on the shoulders again, and I'm like, yep, thanks Pete.
Yeah,
great.
Literally every song she was on the shoulders.
Yeah,
it's like, I understand you want to see the stage,
but so do
the people behind you want to see the stage. I would hate to be the person behind them.
Oh,
literally behind them.
Again, break the legs.
No, don't break their legs.
But I think that
we do not condone that kind of behaviour.
But it's just ridiculous. So your next one,
Okay, so
I believe, is ticket prices.
Yeah, so prices. Well, touts. Basically, the
Yeah.
first thing in this whole ticket price scenario is touts, because the touts then hike up the ticket prices. Like, touts are like, it used to be a big problem. It's not so much of a problem nowadays because they are trying to battle issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, thing that I went to go see Taylor at the Eras tour,
You poor thing.
and yeah, I just like live music.
No, you went for Paramore.
I like. Okay, yeah,
You went for Paramore.
I'll stick with that lie.
Yes.
No,
You went for Paramore.
I just like any kind of live music,
Yeah.
really, and that's why I go to lots of concerts and lots of weird concerts.
You do go to a lot of weird. I think.
I went to a lot of girly concerts.
I was going to say
year.
last year was your girly year.
I went to Zara Larsson. I don't. Why am I putting this out into the world? I went to Zara Larsson. I went to Kylie Minogue. I went to Taylor Swift. I went to Olivia Rodrigo.
Yay!
Yeah,
Well done.
I know.
You did so
be
well.
proud of me.
Let's also add to that because we went to Reading and you also saw Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, but no, did I? I stayed for one
Okay,
song and
you
walked
saw
away.
Renee Rapp.
Did I? She left.
No.
She left the stage.
She left. She got up and left.
People that
Off.
were at Reading, no.
Yeah, that was.
But she was decent. She was actually quite good, Renee, right?
But my pet peeve follows that as well. It's the resale of tickets.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous because, speaking from experience, I have been sold fake tickets. Bring Me the Horizon, I got given a fake ticket and there was a whole faff with that. Managed to get in because they gave me a cheaper ticket, but I still got scammed out of 150 quid for a standing ticket when I ended up just sitting at the side.
Yeah.
But tickets, they need to sort it
The
out.
ticket price, as I was saying, with Taylor, like, you had to get like a 3-step process to get a ticket. You had to apply saying, yes, I would like to go to the Eras tour.
Then you might get a code.
And then you might get a code to then enter a queue, to enter another queue, to enter the queue to maybe buy tickets.
Yeah, and you're not even guaranteed.
And then you're not even guaranteed to get tickets when you're at there because they might be sold out.
It's not fair at
But
all.
I say, and that was good because that discouraged a lot of the touts. I know there was still some around and stuff, but they didn't want to go through all that faff.
No. And then after you've bought your tickets, maybe you've spent you've sold your kidney for it.
Yeah.
You've then got to get there.
Yeah.
But there are certain venues we do not like going to.
No.
My two, Milton Keynes Bowl, and Ali Pally.
Mm-hmm.
They're both ridiculous. If you're not going to drive... Okay, when we mention these venues that we're going to mention, we're mentioning it because we don't drive to these venues. We have to rely on trains.
Well, we don't like getting to the venues. Not that we don't like the venues.
I don't like Ali Pally. I just don't like Ali Pally. It's not a nice venue. But Ali Pally, ridiculous to get to. Then you've got to go up and down that hill. Because then you're spending an arm and a leg on train tickets as well. Or if you're going to drive, you're going to spend a fortune on petrol. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Ali Pally I don't like. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen down, if I'm honest. And Milton Keynes Bowl, again, just ridiculous to get to. Mainly, it's not the getting to that's the bigger problem. It's the getting back.
Yeah.
Getting back is ridiculous, which I think is why yours is...
Yeah, so Milton Keynes, I've been there before. It's like the venues, I do like the venue, but it's like it's just difficult to get to. And
the stained glass window, I am surprised.
Yeah.
Is still
Ali
intact.
Pally is awful. It's like, I saw Avril there.
Yeah.
And that moved from Brixton.
Which I like Brixton.
Yeah, Brixton's great. It smells of toilets.
Not as much anymore because they've redone it.
But yeah, it moved from Brixton, which you've been really good at. It's a nice small venue with a slanted floor so everyone can see. You don't have any big people in front of you there.
Don't have it. That's why I like Brixton so much.
And then but it moved from there when it was having its issues into Ali Pally, and this was a COVID issue concert as well. So I waited about 4 years to see Avril, and she was at Ali Pally, and I don't know if it was just because she's a little person in a very big hall,
and it is a really big hall. If you've never been to Ali Pally, it's like a church hall with no pews.
Yeah, or if it was just a really bad concert. That was the first concert I went to her, so I don't know if her shows are like that all the time. But yeah, it just felt like the place ate her up a lot. But I'd like to go see her again at a good medium-sized place.
O2. I'm telling you, Avril, you can sell out the O2 if you try. So please come to the O2. Not that you're ever going to watch this, but if you do. O2, please.
Yeah. But no, going back to your previous point about tickets, we forgot about the whole booking process.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Booking fees.
Booking fees.
You're spending nearly 15 quid after.
Yeah, like I understand the price of the ticket, absolutely fine. Like as you said,
all right, try not to kill everyone, James.
If if they're American band and stuff, the price kind of defines fine.
Yeah,
okay.
90 quid to £100 for an American band.
For American bands coming over, you've got to pay for their living quarters,
their
flights,
getting
and whatever,
all the stuff,
getting all their instruments.
Yeah.
Get that. If they're obviously a British band, I'm expecting about £60 to £70, hopefully,
maybe less.
But yeah. You get all that, you get through that, and then sometimes you get a restoration fee. If it's in an old theatre,
I'm okay with that.
I get that. It's about £3 to £5 add on. Okay, fair enough. If you're in like an old theatre like the Palladium, beautiful, or one of these older theatres,
I don't mind that because I would rather it not come down on top of us when we're in there.
They were all built in like the 1800s or whatever,
maybe even before. But yeah,
great, super. I'll pay that. But it's the £13 booking fee that.
On top of everything.
I've just clicked a few buttons. What have you done? You're not even going to send me the ticket. You're not even going to open an envelope, write on the envelope, put the ticket in an envelope, lick it, put a stamp on it, and send it. You're not even going to do that because you're just going to send me a QR code. You still lick
your envelopes, don't you? You don't use sellotape or anything like that. You still lick your envelopes.
I don't lick envelopes. Don't send letters.
No, that's very true. I don't either. But yeah, you should be paying us.
Yeah. No, but anyway, yes. But we were on venues, weren't we?
Yeah. What is your venue?
So venue choice. The venue itself is amazing, but Wembley.
Yep.
If you live where we live.
Yep.
Is a nightmare.
Oh yeah, and don't have such confusing tube stations.
Yeah. So, we'll get to that after this bit, but like, it's a beautiful place to have a concert. It's great. It's a great venue.
It's nice on a hot day as well.
Yeah. Getting there, it's fine. Home time is the problem.
Oh yeah,
and I think we can.
Hordes of zombies.
Anyone that's ever gone to a concert or a football match or whatever in Wembley can resonate with this. It's The Walking Dead coming out of there.
Yeah, hordes of zombies.
It's just
literal hordes.
You've got to leave early.
Mm-hmm.
Like we
did it for Green Day.
Yeah, we did it for Green Day. We came out. So Time of Life is always the last song. We know that. I've heard that countless of times live. So I was like, we'll stand at the back and then make a sharpest exit because I had a dodgy knee at that time as well.
Yeah.
So
still got a dodgy knee.
Yeah. But we'll walk out, we'll do that and hopefully beat a lot of the crush. Like, I understand why they break it down because they don't want to crush and they don't want like the platform to get overcrowded and obviously people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Have problems on the train, fall on the track, whatever. I get it. Health and safety. But my life, it's so annoying trying to get out of there. You've got to leave at least like 2-3 songs before.
Which is annoying because if your favourite song is the last song, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
Yeah,
it's not fun. And yeah, don't have such confusing tube stations. I have multiple times, mainly, and you saw it in the KSI vlog video. I went to Wembley Central thinking it was Wembley Park. Why name them that way? Honestly, why name them that way? They should be the other way around. But once you get off in Wembley Central, you realise there's a half an hour walk till you're actually where you need to be. Yes. And James will always forever kill me for that. And it is in the KSI vlog. So if you want to see my pain that I had to go through listening to him, yeah, your pain, whatever. But yeah, yeah, whatever. Just have less confusing tube stations.
Yeah, no, I've done that problem once before. I hadn't gone there for a long time. It was just after COVID as well, and obviously COVID muddled everybody's brains up. And I hadn't gone there for ages.
Everything up.
And then I was like, yeah, we'll go. Well, we'll go into a football match. We went there. Blah blah blah. It was England v Netherlands. Went there, and then we kind of got off at Central, and I was with Dad, and Dad doesn't walk that far anymore, and I was like, I can see Wembley. Why is it that far away? Where's Wembley Way?
Yeah, Wembley.
Or Olympic Way, whatever it's called now.
Just Wembley.
Yeah, but no, every time I go, I have to double check on Google Maps that I'm getting to the right station now. I know it's Wembley Park. I know I have to get off at Wembley Park, but I always double check it because, I don't want that extra walk.
Oh, 100%. I agree. It is crazy. What was your next thing after venues?
So people,
he comes prepared, a lot more prepared than I normally.
Yeah, I've got a whole list going To drunk people.
Oh yeah.
Drunk people, fine. I can deal with drunk people. But people that are drunk before it's even started.
Before the main act.
Before the main act. You've paid. Like, I go to a concert because I like live music. If I like the band playing on the stage, even better. Like, I will go there, stand there, listen to the music, jump about, blah, 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 blah. Have a drink or two.
You're going to jump about?
Great. Well, I'm not currently because
your knee will
but
die.
I haven't for a few years. But yeah, you go in there and listen to the music. Like, I understand. If you want to drink, that's you. Be you. And if you want to get smashed off your face, fair enough.
Fine,
that's
enjoy
you.
yourself.
If you want to lose 100 quid in the bar, by all means, on 4 drinks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fine. But yeah, like, someone got thrown out of Green Day before Green Day got on the stage. Like, you've paid to see Green Day.
I remember that.
Someone paid to come see Green Day.
Yeah.
And like,
why ruin it for yourself?
Why?
Honestly,
you've waited a year to get these tickets, like from buying them.
Imagine being
especially at COVID,
tour.
Mahela Mega Tour. There was a good 3-4 years between that from buying the tickets because your ticket wasn't even your ticket when you came
No,
to
it wasn't.
It was someone that I'd booked that I'd not lost through COVID, but I
was going to say, goodness me,
I'd
now
like,
I feel bad.
kind of like broken tie through COVID kind of thing. There was someone I used to work with, but yeah, it's just why like you've saved up, you've waited for ages. Why would you ruin it for yourself?
And then ruin it for yourself? Yeah, I get that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a drink or two.
Yeah.
At a gig, but I don't get to the point where I can't physically see what I'm watching.
Yeah, see, I'm not a mosher or one of these wall of deafs or people like that because I just want to stand there and listen to the music. Like, if that's you, if that's your way of having fun, then by all means go for it. But at the end of the day, don't involve me in any of that.
No,
because I want to stand there and listen to the music.
Yeah, I get that 100%. Did you know Brixton Academy does double pints? We discovered this recently.
You can stop going to the toilet though.
I did go to the toilet quite a bit, but they do double pints. When I kid you not, the cup itself was like this and like this. It was like a bucket, and my goodness me, every time I went to sip from it, I was either spilling it down me or really needing to pee in the next 5 minutes.
I thought it was at Alstom, wasn't it?
It was Alstom. Yeah, it was Alstom,
Alstom,
which is really fitting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Double pints at Alstom.
Yes.
It was basically a Stein, yes.
But if you're gonna be like absolutely out your head, I think just stay at home, save the money, and listen to them on the radio.
On the radio?
I'm showing my age. On the hi-fi.
On the hi-fi. On the streaming, you mean?
Stick your earphones
on the
in
streaming.
And listen to Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
I'm showing my age there.
You are showing your age, I'm afraid.
In the hi-fi.
In the hi-fi. So what's your next one? Because I'm running out of mine now.
Yeah, so I suppose I am guilty of this in some places because I'm
really worried.
I go to a lot of concerts that I don't really know the.
Oh yes, I know what you're about.
Just killed the mic.
Don't kill it.
Where I don't really know the person. I just I know 1 or 2 songs and like I just like live music.
Yeah.
But people that go there and only know
the one major
song or a few of their songs, like for Green Day, for example, going to Green Day and they only know American Idiot, and Basket Case, which are their 2 like big songs, and then or they don't even know the words to American. They go American Idiot, American Idiot,
Mumblers,
the Mumblers,
Mumblers.
And they do it for every single song. Like, I could be guilty of some of them because I don't know all the words to every single song in the world.
In all fairness, I do fall short of that. But that's normally at festivals.
Yes.
That's the only time I'll allow it because especially Reading, where if you're going to Reading and you don't know every single person that's at Reading, I'm not going to hold that against you.
No.
It's like Killers. When we saw Killers live, I knew 5 songs for Killers. I don't overly listen to the Killers a lot.
No.
But obviously, I know Mr. Brightside, and I'm like, I really want to see that one song. Festivals, I get it. I understand it at festivals. But if you're going to deliberately go to a band, like, for example, we use Green Day because that's all we seem to be talking about tonight. Green Day, at least know more than 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, at least know a half an album worth.
Because they were singing 2 albums full.
Yeah.
And they
And a bit, and they did
and people
some of
knew that
Saviours.
before the concert. That they were prepped on that.
Yep, because it was the anniversary tour.
It was the anniversary tour, and they had done a lot of tours beforehand.
Yeah.
And they knew they were singing Dookie, a little break
Idiot.
for a couple of random songs,
Yeah.
and an American Idiot.
Yep.
So do your homework and listen to them albums. And try and learn the words.
And even if you don't overly like them, guarantee you, after listening to Dookie and American Idiot, you'll actually be a Green Day fan. Because they're the best. They're the best albums, I'd say, to get you into Green Day.
Yeah, they're American Idiot. Yeah, well, as much as it is overplayed and commercialized, it's their new kind of sound, and Dookie was their old kind of sound.
I mean, Kaplunk's great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like going
Dos Tres,
what
maybe
they've
not.
had, I can't even remember how many albums they've had now. They must be into double figures.
10, I think. I think Saviours was 10. Who knows? We'll fact check.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah,
at least know their songs.
These people that are doing all this, they've got the whole merch on. They've got everything. It's like you're just out for a good day, which is by all means, if that's your way of fun.
Sure, go for it. We're not going to knock your fun.
We're not going to knock it, but it's really
better.
annoying when you're in my ear going, blah, 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 and I'm trying to sing the actual words. Yeah. And you're just shouting American Idiot every now and again.
American Idiot, American Idiot, American Idiot. Which, funny you mentioned merch. That is one of my next pet peeves.
Yes.
Looky men.
Looky. I got you onto that word.
You did get me into using the term looky men. What are you looking at? Me? Oh no. But if you're gonna be standing on a street corner about a mile away from the venue going, here, buy this t-shirt, here, buy this t-shirt, give up. We know what you're doing. Like, the only time I've ever seen someone buy them is if they are really drunk and they're actually having a conversation with them. And drunk people will have conversations with them because they're like, yeah, we'll do your deal, we'll do your deal. Please don't. I want actual merch if I'm going to buy it.
Like, actual merch
It's really expensive.
It's ridiculous. Like, a shirt and a jumper. Someone I was talking to a few days ago went to a Limp Bizkit concert and they bought a shirt and a hoodie.
Yeah, I bet that cost them a
120
mortgage.
quid.
Yeah.
For just that. And they're not, look, I've got a merch shirt on today.
But you ordered that via the
I
website.
ordered this offline. I didn't buy this at the thing. But it's just a black t-shirt. There's no good material to it. And it's quite a cheap print.
Yeah.
Why are they so expensive?
Because it's a band and they put their logo on it.
I bought this for a reason. There's obviously a reason because it's a pirate band. If you don't know who Our Song are, I am a pirate. And 2, it's with Greg's and I'm a Greg monster.
He is a pirate.
Yeah. But yeah, the Looky Men, when I was getting into concerts and stuff, I used to buy off the Looky Men.
No, you bought off of... Wow.
I bought off the Looky Men. And one of my favourite jumpers was ever from a Looky Men, which was about tenner back then.
That's crazy. Absolutely mental. So your next pet peeve?
So we are both we both don't like this, and we both do this, I suppose.
I suppose on bands we don't know. I suppose.
Yeah, I obviously go to a lot of concerts where I don't overly know the main headliner. Like I just like, as I've said, like live music.
Yeah.
But it's the people that are in your ear, and they have all the merch on. And they have everything like go over it, and they scream at the top of their lungs, American Idiot, blah, blah, American Idiot.
Yeah,
they don't know the words.
I get that. Yeah, again, festivals.
Yeah,
not too bad.
No,
because like Reading, you don't know every single artist that's on that lineup.
No, hence me this year.
Yeah, you're not going to know many people at Reading this year. I mean, I'm going to know more than you.
Rolling.
That's all you're going to know.
The only one
or break stuff. You might know break stuff on Dookie.
Yeah.
But festivals, that's a different story because you're allowed to do that at festivals. You're not there for
not there
all
for
of the same bands.
No.
But if you're going to a concert specifically for that one, we'll use Green Day as an example because Green Day is a running theme here. If you're going to a Green Day concert, know Green Day songs.
Yeah.
Like at least half an album. And if you want 2 albums for Green Day to know the whole thing, Dookie and American Idiot.
Yeah. It's like they said when they set off on this world tour that we saw that it was the 20th.
Oh, the 20th.
It was the 20th and 30th anniversary of Dookie and American Idiot.
Yeah.
Might be the wrong years, but it was something like that. And they announced that that they were singing the whole of Dookie and the whole American Idiot in their concerts. So if you're going to that concert, do your homework and try and learn.
Listen to those albums.
Listen to them and learn them.
Don't be a mumbler.
Yeah, like
don't be mumblers.
there is times where I've hummed along and only know the chorus of some certain songs. Obviously not Green Day, but like when I've gone to see other bands and stuff.
Are you having fun there, James?
But it's the ones that are right in your ear, and it's just like, I'm trying to sing this song to a perfect tone.
Okay, Pete. Let's not talk about your perfect pitch, because it's not.
No, and but I'll come on to the other bit that I was going to come on to beforehand.
We've recorded this a few times, guys.
Yeah, basically, if you're going to go to someone's concert, know a little bit about their background. Like, I understand if you bring a friend.
Yeah, at least know some of the lore.
Like, I was not at the concert that I was with you at Green Day, but one of the concerts beforehand I was at Green Day, I was standing behind two guys where one of these guys turned to his friend and went, "Oh, American Idiot was their first album, wasn't it?"
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I was like, and I was at the back behind him going, like, draw to the floor, like, what? And then, but it was the response that came from the other guy, which made me just walk away in disgust of, no, don't be stupid, that was Dookie.
Oh my goodness me.
They had two before that, mate. Like,
and to correct those people, Pete, which is the first album?
Well, it depends if you can count their LPs and stuff, which is 1,039 smoothed out or Slappy Hours, because they were kind of combined.
Yeah.
But their first kind of full real album was Kaplunk.
Yeah.
And then it went on to Dookie, Insomniac, Dimrod.
He could do the whole thing. Don't worry.
Warning, Shenanigans, American Idiot, 21st Century Breakdown,
Uno, dos, tres.
Uno, dos, tres, Revolution Radio, Father of All Mothers, and Saviours.
Yeah.
With a couple of extra ones in the middle, International Super Hits.
Well done. Well done.
And
but yeah,
a couple of live albums, Bullet in the Bible, blah, 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 blah.
So that is the last of your smaller pet peeves.
Yeah.
So what is your big pet peeve?
So
You've been hinting at it for so long.
No, we'll go on to what you were saying about merch.
Oh, yeah, and Looky Men.
Looky Men and merch.
They're just irritating. They are just irritating, and they're selling you cheap.
We don't want your crap. Like,
we don't want it.
Like, this is merch. Like, I don't like buying merch because it's expensive when you're at a...
Yes.
If you buy the proper merch, it's stupidly expensive.
Oh,
like,
100%.
For a shirt and a jumper, you could be well over 100 quid just by doing that. And they're not even good material. It's just a black shirt with some cheap print on it.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I brought this for a reason because it's Owlstorm, which, if you
Pirates.
don't know, which is a pirate metal
Captain Jack
band.
Sparrow, everybody.
And it's a Greg-themed shirt. On the back, it says beer, rum, Greg's and mead. These are all the things that a pirate needs. And I like that just suits me down to the ground. And I would pay anything for this because this is...
It's a very you top.
Yeah, it's a very me top. But merch is ridiculous. Like, some things at Looky Men, the only good thing with Looky Men is it's cheaper than the actual merch.
Yeah. And so here I have a solution. Bands, reduce the amount of money that merch is, and then you won't get Looky Men. You won't have people standing on the street corner selling cheap knockoff merch. Sell it at a cheap rate so they don't exist, and all your fans are happy. Okay? Side rant over. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. So I've brought for stuff off Looky Men like when I was younger.
Donkeys ago.
And yeah, some of my best tops have come from there because I've worn them for years and stuff. There was like a tenner, I think I brought an In Me. I don't even know if you've heard of In Me. No. I think they're at Download actually as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
they come from like Essex, I think.
Oh, nice.
They're a metal band.
Well, if they're at Download, I assume they would be.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, merch is ridiculous.
It's just not fun having to spend so much money after spending so much money on tickets, like we've said, and travel, especially if it's a venue that we don't like, food while you're there, or drinks while you're there.
It's like the cost of drinks when you're there as well. I know we've covered all food and drinks and stuff, but merch is expensive. Food and drinks, like what's the...
Festivals. Festival food.
Yeah.
How much money do you think we had gone through?
Oh,
at Reading?
with you and your pizzas.
Right, leave me alone.
You
My
pizza
pizzas,
fiend.
I love pizza. Okay, especially at Reading, but they weren't as expensive as
It
other
was
things.
like 15 quid per pizza.
No, it weren't. It was
Wasn't
like
it?
£11.
And that's any better
It's not
for a small
but
pizza?
that was cheap.
Yeah.
Why do you think we camped near Sally Army though?
Oh, no. Yeah, for tea.
Cheap cups of tea.
Tea and
you
hot
need
water.
tea to live.
But yeah, it's like a meal. It's like 20 quid. Like,
Yeah.
that's why we take ball in the bag food. Or I
Now,
take ball in the bag
To be
food.
fair, genius play from you with those astronaut food bags.
Yeah. It's like you go to a Wembley or something and a pint is like 15 quid.
Yeah.
Like,
London pricing,
them
baby.
people that we were talking about earlier are now skint.
Yeah, they are now skin after
Because
paying
they-
all that money for tickets, all that money for
unless
travel.
they're lightweights and got drunk on like two pints, like they're at least 5 pints down.
I'm not a lightweight. Don't point at me. You're the lightweight. I'm not a lightweight.
Okay, they're just having an in-house fight here.
Yeah, I'd like to point out I am not a lightweight.
At least we drink beer.
I don't drink beer. So
Yeah, you cider drinker. Yeah.
what's wrong with cider? Nothing.
You
I'd
scrumpy farmer.
I am a farmer, thanks. I can drink cider and call myself farmer. But
Something that would be nice going on. What would be nice? This is a next point.
a random point.
Would be a matinee concert. A concert like if obviously you had the day off,
Yeah.
obviously because work or whatever. But it saves the whole bother of getting home at like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Having a concert during
During
the
the
week,
day.
During the day.
But that's what I like about festivals as well. If you're seeing bands during the day, the sun's nice and warm.
Especially during the summer. Like, I know, like, you could go see some of these summer concerts, like Green Day and Foo Fighters we've gone to. They start at like 3 o'clock and they've got a couple of bands on.
But
and stuff.
summertime ball and stuff like that.
Yeah. But,
Great.
Yeah, just do a matinee concert. Like they do musicals at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Musical. I don't know why I pronounced it like that.
Musical.
A musical.
A cow. Maybe we'll make that. Maybe we'll make a musical about cows
I
and
can
call it
speak
musical.
properly. A musical.
It'll be better than
A
cats.
musical about Daisy the cow.
It'll be better than cats.
But yeah, let's go to the big one.
Your big.
Let's go to the big
Your
one,
biggest
which
pet
kind of
peeve.
divides- But so, and I'm gonna be hated.
You are going to
But-
be hated more than
No,
likely.
like
Look at the camera and tell your haters.
I get. I don't know how to put this forward. I don't like. I'm just gonna stay out. I don't like support bands. There is a caveat that think they're the it.
They think they are the band.
Yeah,
You
like
can turn it back now. Des.
yeah, that was a dramatic moment.
That was a very dramatic moment.
Okay, I like support bands. I understand they have to be there to
Warm you up.
warm us up. That's the only way that band's gonna get any kind of
Push. in the music
push
scene.
into music. I get that. They're there to make a name for themselves. It's like I found bands that were support bands and stuff, and I go, oh, they're decent music and blah blah blah. Like I'll check them out when I get home. But yeah, it's when that band
Has a big
that no one
ego.
has ever heard of before
Yeah.
think we're there to see them.
We're not.
Where they start playing with the crowd and go, oh, like, we don't care about you. We're not going to do this for you. Put all your cameras up and show us your lights. No, I'm not going to kill my battery because of you. If Billy Joe asked me to do that, maybe.
What do you mean? Maybe you'd straight up
Maybe.
do it.
But maybe not you. Like I went, my big band that done this that I hate. So once again, we're talking about a lot of Green Day, but it's because I've been
We've
to a
been
lot
to
of-
Green Day
I've
a
been
lot.
to a lot of Green Day concerts, but I went to a Green Day concert in the Emirates Stadium, so Arsenal's ground.
James is happy about that.
So Green Day was headlining, Kaiser Chiefs, and All Time Low.
It's not a bad lineup.
That's a decent lineup. Like Kaiser Chiefs are a bit hit and miss.
I
like
don't like Kaiser Chiefs if I'm honest.
yeah, they're not great Kaiser Chiefs. I don't overly like them, but they're decent.
They're listenable. That's me.
Ricky Wilson, I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but when you put him on a stage in a band, he becomes a knob.
Yeah. Suppose so.
Like, we're not here to see you, mate. We're here to see Green Day. Like, Like, no one gives a damn. Really
Yeah.
does not. Like, jumping around, larking about on stage, like, oh, thank you for coming out to see us tonight.
We're not here for you.
We didn't. We didn't pay the £100 to come see you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like support bands.
I do like
I,
support
however,
bands.
am
like
a
support
big
bands.
advocate for support bands, and I really like support bands. I think support bands are great. I mean, yeah, some of them can have a really big ego and be like, yeah,
I'm all
you're
in
here
the
to see me.
sniffers.
They were. That was the one support band I'll agree with. But everyone was like, yeah, well, you're here to see us. You're here to see us. No, I'm not, but I'm kind of glad I've seen you. It's like, to be fair, one support band I once saw was Hot Milk. They were a support band when
Fair enough. When we saw Foos, they were supporting.
Yeah.
And we were one of the.
we were the only ones going,
singing.
yeah, let's go, let's go.
That was a good support band.
Hannah, Jim, we're your fans.
Yeah. Yeah, but you obviously go to the bigger bands and they have bigger support acts.
Oh, yeah,
which
massive.
is fair enough. That they're decent. So they're gonna have fans and they're allowed to act with a little bit of ego because they're bigger. But it's when bands come out and yes, my name's whatever.
I also like the fact that sometimes they do just dual headliners.
Yeah.
Like
Hella Mega. They all
Fall
had,
Out Boy and Green Day.
Yeah, they all had
a-
about an hour and a half each.
absolutely
and they all
amazing.
Did,
I mean,
their
Weezer,
own
not a
bit.
massive fan of Weezer.
Favourite is Japanese House.
No. So what he's referring to is,
What is
you
this
know, when
story?
I had to torture the pain of going to see 1975 with him.
Oh yeah.
It's not pain.
It is pain.
It was glorious.
There was a band on front called Japanese House. Really random, like indie rock band.
Oh, cool.
He loved them. I did not like them at all. I
Worse
thought-
than 1975?
Whoa.
Is this?
No, I preferred 1975.
Whoa!
But I think
Exclusive.
I think
He likes the 1975.
I don't like the 1975. I think it was more out of familiarity that I actually knew some 1975 songs because my brother, massive fan of 1975, by the way, I've seen them 3 times. He's only seen them once.
That's true. I've seen them once.
You've at least seen them once.
I've passed them once. I wouldn't say I've seen them. I passed them while they were playing.
Yeah. And let's be honest, they're not that great.
Yes, they are.
They're not that
Matt
great.
Healy's not that great. If they
That's
maybe
fair.
changed
That-
the
yeah.
maybe
Oh,
if they
fair.
changed the front man, they'd be okay.
That could be another show we
I'm
do.
not a Matt
we
Healy fan.
could do another Rant
What?
and Tea
Just
on.
Matt Healy.
No, well, yeah, probably you could do one in 1975, but no, frontmen. Different frontmen.
Who are knobs?
Yeah,
Matt Healy and Ricky Wilson. There we go.
yeah, that's not a bad show, you know. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say we've got quite a lot of pet peeves at concerts.
Yeah.
But what does that come from? The fact that we go to a lot of them.
I think that probably goes because we go to a lot of them. And,
I think that is
and
what it
we're
is.
getting older. As much as you're still,
I'm
think you're
still young.
You're getting older, and I'm now quite old.
Yeah, poor old man in the corner there.
Yeah, but surely if I'm getting older with these bands are getting older as well.
But they are.
The crowd should be getting older with me. They shouldn't be annoying.
But I think that's why they are annoying, because they are getting old.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, I think because I'm so young, I do like support bands. That's why.
Yeah,
Because you're an old man, you don't like support bands.
yeah, but it's the waiting around as well, like between them and stuff. Like, we don't need.
Yeah,
to
we get
wait
it. You
this
have
long.
a bedtime, Pete.
Yes, we do. We do have a bedtime.
If it's a weekend, I don't mind it too much.
No, but
But
there is, I think are we for our peeves?
yeah, we are for
So
our peeves now.
I have a line which was told to me from Chris Downs, philosophy that I was taught by our dear friend Chris Downs.
Yeah, I love Chris Downs.
Who's plays in a band and goes to a lot of
Thunderstick.
concert himself. If a liquid gets thrown over you at a concert, don't sniff it.
That is brilliant. Unless it's tea. Tea would be good. And I think that is an amazing place to wrap up. Thank you, Pete, for coming on and being such a wonderful guest.
You're
We
welcome.
can speak
Thank you. It's
about
been a privilege.
all of our privileges. Thank you for supporting Rant and Tea for 5 years on the running now. I am so glad we're in a studio. I am so glad we're slowly working out the kinks to this place. Thank you very much. Make sure to keep ranting, drink some tea, have a good week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you very soon. See you later. Bye.
Yes, this is recorded on a phone for the last 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
I'm cutting that.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out.